Hi, everybody, and well, there's Miley. Yeah, that's Miley. That's our yellow lab. Oh, and there's Nike. Nike's our rescue. But hi, everybody. Skip Clark, and welcome to the Clark household. This door right here, that door, takes me to a room that is really, really cool. Well, if you're a geek like me, you're going to think it's really cool. And being a radio guy and doing the voiceover stuff and some commercial work, well, you know what? This room is awesome. So we're entering the room. This is why a lot of us can work from home and actually do a really good job. That was the door closing behind me. Of course, this is the man cave, but you know what? It's also called the pod zone. We'll tell you more about that here in just a little bit. Let's go downstairs and I'll show you what I have. So as we enter the room, there's the podcast zone, but the pod zone. But first of all, I'm going to show you what I use when I do a voiceover work. Right there is the Sennheiser microphone that I use. Not only that, here is the RE20 that I've been using because those are what we use at the radio station. So I can match up and sound just like what we're doing there. And of course, down here, down below, I got a couple of DBX 286S's for the mic processors, which is really cool. I have an Arrakis board. This is the Arc 8 Blue. Blue meaning it's Bluetooth. And so I could take phone calls. I can connect my phone through this. I can do interviews. Of course, with the computers. Also, I can do Zoom and other conference video type programs. So I could do interviews and all that good stuff. And well, there's that. All right, so this is the voiceover side and where I do a lot of my commercial production. But watch as I go around the room. I'm going to show you some other cool stuff. All right. First of all, I use 4 microphones for my podcast. These are the Aston Stealth mics. These have four settings on them, which is really cool. Male, female, guitar, and another setting, which I haven't used yet, but there's 4. All right, so I have 2 of these microphones on one side of the table, and I'm going to walk around here. All right, so as you can see, I love the table. By the way, this wood table, this was handmade by a gentleman by the name of David Vivenzio in Cicero, New York. And he gave this to me as a gift. Of course, it's got my podcast name right in the middle of it, Skip Happens. And if we come up a little bit, right there at the end, you can see the Mevo camera that I use, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. Of course, all the little knickknacks on the table. We've had a lot of artists come down and actually hang out when we were able to have people in and do the podcast. When the artist comes to Syracuse, we hook them up with the address, and of course, they love doing the podcast. So on this side, you're going to see that I have 2 Shure SM7Bs, and we all know that if you're in the biz, these microphones are pretty darn good. You know what? But I got to say the Aston Stealth on the other side, probably just as good. All right, when I do the podcast, I use, and let me scoot down here. Here we go. It's hard to see because of the light, but this is a Rodecaster Pro. You got your hot buttons. You got your 4 microphones. You got your 4 headphones. It's got all the processing. Each mic can be processed individually. Mixes down. It goes into an SD card that's in the back if you'd like, or you can go live online. It's Bluetooth compatible. Phone calls, plus you can actually plug a computer or another phone in. It's really, really cool. And if you're thinking about doing any type of a podcast, this is almost a must-have. It's a Rode Procaster or Pro. Yep, a Rode Procaster Pro, I believe it. Yes. Okay. Man, Rodecaster Pro. There it is, Rodecaster Pro. All right, I knew I'd get it right. But anybody that comes and does my podcast, of course, they get a Skip Happens mug. So anyways, this is where I sit when I do the podcast. And my iPad mini is what I run the Mevo off of. The Mevo is so awesome, and I see so many people using it now. And a lot of the artists that have actually come in and sat in on my podcast, they always ask what that camera is. And now I see, especially during these times, a lot of those artists are now using the Mevo. So that's pretty cool. Of course, I got the lights that go around the room when we're doing an actual video chat, just like a small TV station, but, light it up pretty good. All right. And plus, my decor, of course, being a guy, I don't know. My wife's not too happy about it, but it's my room. Well, it's our room. Okay, I'll rephrase that. Of course, some soundproofing on the walls. Not a whole lot. I got the bass trap in the corner. But down here, I don't really have to worry about. I don't know. It sounds pretty good. Now, I don't know what the video sounds like as I'm talking through the phone in the room, but when we do the podcast, it's pretty cool. Of course, the podcast being Skip Happens. Also, I have my son come in. We do a podcast called Zach Attack with Dad. My Zachary is 19 and he's Down syndrome. So there's a smart TV that I have. Of course, we all know with the smart TV you can access a lot of online content. Or you can send your computer to the TV as well. So there you go. This is pretty much my room. This is the podzone, baby. I call it the podzone. Yep. And we can do so much from here. And I can stay home. I can send my tracks to the radio station. I can update things all afternoon. We're live. We're local. I'm right here. And I can do it from right here, which is very, very cool for the most part. All right. And some great speakers. I use the Rocket 5s. I don't know. I don't know what else to show you. But yeah, let me just give you, I'll go around the room one more time really slow. And here we go. This is very, 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 very cool. And we do a lot of this stuff from at home. And anybody wants to come on, we could do a Zoom meeting and actually record it. We can put it on Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff. Be a part of Skip Happens. Love to have you come on board. We can do it all from right here, any time of the day or night. So very, very, very cool. Sometimes I do my best work late at night. Nobody to bother you. All right. Well, now's these trying times, you got to have something. And this is what I have. And I'm so glad that I've invested. It wasn't an overnight thing. It took a lot of time. What I'm doing here is very elaborate. You can also do a lot with just if you watch Rick Jordan's video that he puts online once in a while. If not, look him up on Facebook. The man is a genius, and he loves playing with different microphones, and he can tell you how to do this really, really simple. This is pretty simple, but it's very costly too. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. My little tour. Welcome to the Pod Zone. Skip Happens and Zach Attack with Dad. And of course, the production studio and the VO studio and voice tracking, whatever we need to do, I can do all from right here. So that's why I love what I do. And, so glad to have you as a listener and a viewer too. So let me know if you'd like to go on the podcast. We can make that happen. Peace out, everybody. Social distance yourself. Stay safe. And just follow us on YouTube and Skip Happens, the Skip Happens podcast on YouTube. And of course, Facebook. And we have a website, which I need to update, but it's skiphappens.net. Peace out, everybody. Love to all. And we'll talk real soon.